right in my room, because this is probably the safest place to me that I know. It's a shelter, a refuge, and I bunk out here pretty much every day I need to.
Why do you feel safe here?
I don't know, it's small and warm and filled with stuff that I love and that I know. Brought in not just by me, but also by the people that I love and know, and stuff they gave me or stuff I took.
I'll explain a bit what we're doing today. You gathered some items that either made you feel safe or comfortable, or something that could keep you occupied when your thoughts are racing. And you're going to show that to us today?
So I started off with the oldest thing that I own, which is this little friend over here. This is Brommetje. Its closest translation is something like crowley, I suppose. He's an old friend of mine that I've known since I was a kid. And he's still in my bed, because he's not leaving my side. He looks pretty well still, for a 22-year-old. The next thing on the pile is this controller over here. It's not necessarily this controller that's important to me, because I have many, but gaming in general makes me happy. Now the Nintendo Switch was definitely a great console, especially during Corona, with Animal Crossing and all that, which is a good, wholesome way to spend your time. It's also something I've been doing as long as I know. Third object is a book by Hunter S. Thompson, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's not that thick of a book, and I'm reading it again, so I'm halfway there. I think I've read it about 2 or 3 times now. Also a big fan of the movie. I just think it's a very interesting fellow that had a lot of interesting things to say. I can recognize myself in there, even though he's batshit crazy. But even that is maybe somewhat recognizable. And there's another book, a little something else though. This is the player's handbook for D&D, or Dungeons and Dragons, which is a very, very special game to me. I play it pretty much every week, if I can, at least, with my friends, where we make up stories, we throw some rocks while doing math, we have a blast, and just create worlds and see what we can find. I won't delve into too much, but it has rule systems on anything you need. Stuff like classes that you can play or races that you can be to help you out in your way, but the game is designed for you to do whatever you want to do in the way that you want it to do. It has a form of escapism to it, but also therapeutic in that sense that you can learn to work together and find out something about yourself that you hadn't known before, and then use that in your actual daily life. These headphones have been with me for a couple of years now, since I started studying sound engineering, which I then dropped out of, but it did kickstart me into wanting to make more music in a more high production, professional way. Nowadays, I'm in a band with a couple boys who I hold very dearly to me. These are the headphones I always bring with me when I go to the studio. I couldn't really tell you why they're special in any professional sense of the word. I think they look nice and they do what they're supposed to. My baggy, which is always on me actually, never leaves my side when I go outside.
What's in there?
Stuff that's important, like cards, so like my debit card, my ID, my OFA.
What's important in there?
But what's most important is in this section is a weed and all the stuff that comes with it. So a grinder, paper, there's a cone, and I have these things in there as well, and my earbuds. But these are the main things that always should be in there. This right here is one of my first records that I know of. It's Moonflower by Santana. It's pretty special. It's not really one of his most beloved albums, but it is to me, I suppose. Especially for the song She's Not There, or Flor de Luna.
It is a beautiful album.
But yeah, visually and musically. Give it a listen if you can. And finally, a couple things that I also always wear on me. On my rings. There they are. Let's start with this one, the smallest one. I always wear this on my pinky over here. They're hands that cuddle your finger. I got them for my mom, which I think we all do. My brothers and sisters did something special. This one, which I wear on my middle finger over here, it has a little snake on it. I bought it in a reptile convention where I bought my snake at the time. Her name is Daisy. Daisy's not in this house anymore, but the ring still is. And then there's this brass one with a T as the initials of my grandfather. who I sadly have only met once due to personal reasons, but when I did get to meet him, he gave me this before he passed away. I believe it's from his Navy times. He was a sailor, much like a lot of other men in the family, because this ring is of another grandfather of mine, but on the other side, who fought in special forces and was a fisherman as well. This ring went to my father before it went to me, but my father doesn't wear that many rings, so he decided to give it to me earlier than he would have passed away. And now they're on me.